And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
Joey Bosa. Patrick Mahomes.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it.
Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Eluding the pressure right. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this form of action.
Jack Fox.
We remind you that coming from Orlando of this first half of action. .51 yards on the punt there. And the AFC will have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. 25 yards that time.
If you're a fan of offensive football, this game has suited you well. Both offenses continuing to move the ball with relative ease.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of defensive football, you're not having so much fun watching this one. And these coordinators, they're going to be scrambling to figure out a way to counter so far. It may just come down to which one of these defenses can make one stop that could change the course of this game.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left. Oh, wide open, complete.
Do that every time.
Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, we used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. And now he'll tuck it and run. And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
And that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the NFC is going to get the football back in excellent field position. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, throw left side, complete. That's Hopkins. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 26-yard line.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
66. NFC 27.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Ray Roberts on the return. The AFC takes over first and
the AFC offense set to take their next drive. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. This is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So we have hit half. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
NFC 27.
It's the NFC to possess it first as we are back and underway for the third quarter. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
10 at their own 32-yard line.
The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The 40-yard line.
On play action. Now Rodgers. And his throw here is incomplete.
Third down and 2.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. DeAndre Hopkins. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the NFC able to claw one back.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance. Now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28.
Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in the route, or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
4-yard line.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now it's Mahomes again. And a little floater there is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Mahomes to throw once more. Forced out to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Fred Warner right there on the coverage.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
In trouble, the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
Able to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
No good.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit.
NFC,
But going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurting this one. No, okay.
the NFC takes over first and 10.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
48-yard line.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
They run it again with Cook. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The NFC punt team out there now. He's been terrific so far. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'll get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up. He's got a man complete.
Oh, boy, you ain't gonna feet.
And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the two-point try. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jack warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
At the 34-yard line.
On second down now, it's Cook. midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, Rodgers. Look out, Rodgers lost the ball. And I think the AFC came up with that. They did. AFC football.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
That caught up to him. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered by Jair Alexander.
Now Mahomes being chased out left. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
At the 22-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw, rolling to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. The safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Dancing, and he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the 2-point try. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes should retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come in.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Rodgers now on first down. Going over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again.
Rodgers to Jefferson on the slant.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 2nd down completion got them 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Rodgers again now. Look out, Rodgers. And I think the AFC came up with it. They did. AFC football. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of the quarterback in the pocket. Now, he comes to the sideline.
And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Going deep for Diggs. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Corey Diggs there defensively.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the NFC is going to get the football back in excellent field position. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and an AFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about who, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now it's Patterson.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The NFC takes over 1st and 10.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. And some space here. There he goes left side. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and an AFC touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. Two-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, you know, size of victory, that you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get two. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Now it's 9.
The NFC takes over 1st and 10. At their own.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
43-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is National Football League on EA Sports. This one's gone.
Incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Rodgers. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
22-yard line.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Now Rodgers. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The linebacker Darius Leonard applied the heat. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The AFC takes over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The AFC set to take over on offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Mahomes firing complete. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Stephon Diggs, 34 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. If they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Their own 30-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6.
31-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on the play. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. But he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. But it's third down now. And he's able to find Diggs. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
And again, it's Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. To the end the zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. When the push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Is going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard to...
And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. And it is caught for an AFC touchdown. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the AFC able to use the short field as they cash in for 6 points.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the 2-point try. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
There you go. There you go.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The NFC takes over 1st and 10.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up
to make it.
Rodgers wants the football. And that's picked up by the AFC.
Patrick Mahomes.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On the gun, it's Rodgers. Left side, Hopkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The tackle made
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
no gain on the play. 2nd and 10. at the 17.
Again, it's Cook. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The AFC takes over 1st and 10. At their own.
Back out is the AFC offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts.
Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He's going to look for Allen now. It's caught inside the 25. And they will score. Touchdown AFC. Stephon Diggs. 76 yards. And this offense is running away with this one. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
They got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. On 1st down, Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by
Attempted.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The NFC takes over 1st and 10.
The offense for the NFC back out there. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And a slant complete to Hopkins. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 35-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hopkins. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
NFC. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Operating from the gun. Rodgers. Look out, Rodgers. Lost the football. And that's picked up by the AFC. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Going deep for Diggs. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now Mahomes. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, but it'll be second and goal. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And this will be caught. As the carnage continues, it's another touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to...
After review of the play,
The AFC.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Steps away to his left. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now it's Patterson.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The NFC takes over first and 10.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, and turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and an AFC touchdown.
Touchdown, AFC.
Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, Rodgers.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him again. That is sack 6, one off the NFL record of 7. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. It's Hopkins. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one is incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's complete. Henry. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now it's Mahomes again. Oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
2nd and inches.
It's coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line.
Kick it and go. Kick it and kick it and go. With stiff arms, spin moves, and zones, go.